Hello, good evening, welcome to Fido, your only source for bad dog, go lie down. This is Fido Live number 107. Thank you for joining us again this week. And let me get what the cartoonist have wrought together, and we'll read some of this stuff to you. All right, here is the Monday. I don't think we need to, well, I have two cameras running now for the people on YouTube and Rumble. The backup camera I can't move, but Irving is still here to do whatever he wants. Let's zoom in a little bit here so you can probably read along. All right, we have Bo, Felicia, and Fido. Bo says, cleaning is fun. It's like a game. Really? Oh, actually, no, she would say, really? He says, we usually do the opposite. Throw all the dirty trash into this bag. And there's Dino in the trash bag. You have to be more specific with them. You have to shower more often. All right, there's Monday. We'll put that up on the magnets. Now, I started this one last week, and remember we started from the blank piece of paper. We ruled it out, did all the lettering, and then I sat there with a writer's block saying, how am I going to do this? What's it going to look like? And what the hell? I went to Edward Hopper's Nighthawks. Just toss that up there to the YouTube to the backup camera. And I did my own version of Nighthawks. There's no reason in the world why it should look like that, but I figured let's do something fun. And that's why this is Tuesday and not Monday. I guess I didn't get this done quickly enough. A little bit more work here. All right, Fido and Felicia, dressed in their Nighthawk suit and dress, are in the diner. I swapped off the first the guy in white here for the cat boss. Anyway, you're right. What? I said you're right. About what? Doesn't matter. I guess not. All right. So when the chief colorist comes back from her time at medical rehab, she can use that as a color reference. I doubt she'll do the colors as nicely as Mr. Hopper did, but oh well. Here is the Wednesday. Let's check on QuickTime. How you doing? Yep, you're still recording. Good. All right. Dino, Fido, and Felicia. Wake up! It's almost noon. They don't deliver pizza until after 3. Think I need to set an alarm? Typical Wednesday for Dino. Here's our Thursday. Oops. You two are lucky you're not out there in the wild. Out there, you'd have to hunt down your own food. Think you can do that? And they've taken out the pizza delivery man. No problem. We haven't used the pizza delivery man in a long time. He's actually one of the original characters on the character sheet. Yeah, right there. Pizza man, we call him. Yeah. Oh, go up there for you guys on the backup clip camera. So, there's the Thursday. Where are they on Friday? They're in the bar. All right. Obviously, Dino and Fido. Do you have any tips how to avoid a hangover? Don't drink alcohol. Thinks about it for a moment. What else have you got? Simple Friday. And here's a Saturday that we will be doing today. Now, I know you can hardly see anything, but as we're doing the finished penciling today, you'll get a better look at what this is. We have Bo, Fido, Dino, and Felicia. And Felicia says, I'm running away from home. So they all jump up in the air celebrating, and Bo carries her out, and Dino has the litter box, and Fido's dancing at glee, and she's unceremoniously tossed into the hallway with the litter box splattering all over the place. And, I didn't need your help! So that's the one we're going to play with today. Excuse me. Now, Irving is right at my chin here on camera 1 here, so I'm going to move him in, and you people on the backup will actually get to see what Irving looks like. I think he's going to, yep, he's right in the center of your frame. So we pull the camera in close. get it nice and steady, and we can start work here. Now, as you know, cartoonists are the dirtiest, filthiest creatures on the face of this planet, so I must wear this glove to keep me from getting my filth onto that otherwise clean paper. And since I've already started the pencil marks, I warned you about this rough pencil is done with a Dixon Ticonderoga, and if you touch it, it'll tend to smear and smudge. Not as bad, of course, as the Blackwing, which a sharp one, which actually really does smear and smudge bad. But I should put down a piece of paper to keep the page clean. However, while a blank, empty, white piece of paper is perfectly serviceable, I kind of like to have something that would inspire me. So, Alec Baldwin, his charges were dismissed in New Mexico. Oh, congratulations, Mr. Baldwin. Apparently what happened is the state withheld ammunition evidence. And it was not the ammo used on the set, so the state considered it irrelevant. But the judge did not. So Mr. Baldwin gets to walk. And Gutierrez Reed, the diverse armorer who was already convicted for 18 months, gets to appeal. And prosecutors could be charged with misconduct, and Baldwin will sue the state. So how dare you sue our celebrity Alec Baldwin? You're going to pay for that. So if you want to shoot someone in the face, do it on a soundstage. All right, now every week I really like beating up on Disney. You can tell how much I like beating up on Disney because look at how tattered and old and yellowed this original piece of paper is, celebrating 100 years of the Disney dumpster fire, 90 of them good. I pulled up this old story. Disney says its most worthless investment was in Vice Media, which it claims to have invested $400 million. Actually, what happened is they invested $200 million in Vice Media, and then when they bought Fox had also themselves invested $200 million in Vice Media. So now suddenly Disney has 16% of the stock. And then with 16% of the stock, now they can start to defang Vice, and they start firing people like Tim Pool. And then articles, which once were really fantastic pieces of journalism, suddenly become why I want to stop using words like woke. So Disney destroyed Vice. Vice is on its way to destruction. But once Disney got their fangs in it like they do everything else, they made Vice as hated as BuzzFeed. So, we're talking about, well, Disney thinks if the investment in Vice was their worst investment ever, geez, I'd like to say perhaps Fox. You spent, what, 8 to 10 billion on Fox, and then you just close the studio down, and that's it. Deadpool will be like the last thing you get out of Fox. You lost over 10 billion on streaming services since 2019. Lost 1.4 billion on films just in the year 2023 alone. Oh well. Yeah, so I beg to differ, Disney. You've had worse investments. And since we're on the subject of the mouse strike, the strikers are using Steamboat Willie's fist, just like the old it's the old communist symbol, communist fist symbol. Usually, I don't support organized labor because, well, it's communism and I use communist symbols. But go team, go! Disney workers rising. Yes. Seize the means of production. You can't do any worse than the people who are in charge now are doing. All right. Anyway, Disney will not inspire us. Let's clear it off the table. I did see. Yeah. Here we go. I did see Servant of the People, which is the TV show that the president of Ukraine did, and I guess it was season 2. Now that I'm talking to other people, maybe I'm wrong. But talk about the episode we saw. I saw this week, and it it was pretty good. It was still in the original Ukrainian or Russian. I couldn't tell you either, because with just American subtitles and rapid fire speech, they speak very quickly, so you have to read very quickly. It's a real test for your Evelyn Wood speed reading skills when you're watching this show. But he's a pretty much blank slate character. Nothing great about him. Anyone could have played his role. But the guy who plays the prime minister, who had the job before him, stole the show. He was hilarious. He was great. Whenever he was on the screen, he just ate up the scenery. So it opens up with him driving around in his pimped up pickup truck with his driver. So it's quite a contrast when you see everyone else in the government's driving expensive German cars, and he's got this red pickup truck. He goes into the parliament and he wants to do these reforms, and they all basically laugh him out. And he has to visit with these 3 oligarchs who more or less control the government and seem to be mystified that he's in there at all. And they want to. I guess he's the president. They want to elect. They want him to. Well, they want to elect the prime minister, which the parliament chooses, I suppose. I don't know how the government works. I'm just inferring from what I've watched. Now he's got a. He comes up with a way to deal with these oligarchs by visiting the old prime minister, who happens to be in a Russian gulag. And they go into this jail cell with a guy sitting there eating some gruel and saying how horrible the prison is. And he's able to convince the old prime minister that he'll give him a limited pardon if he helps him out with the oligarchs. So the prime minister agrees. He twists a pipe in the wall and a door opens to a palace, which is actually his real cell. I think a drug lord in Colombia had a deal like that. So his big concern is if the oligarchs know that the old prime minister is helping the president out, they're going to kill him. So there's a prison transfer in which the vehicle blows up, supposedly killing off the old prime minister, and they have a funeral and everything. But the prime minister had faked his death, and now he's there to help Zelensky turn the 3 oligarchs against each other. And I'm just saying, the prime minister is a great character. He puts on disguises so no one would recognize him, and Zelensky confuses one of the disguises on a train. He sees this Russian babushka, woman, matronly woman, on the train. Says, "Wow, that's a fantastic costume, isn't it? But the tits are wrong. See, those are much too firm for a woman your age." It turns out that she's actually, a woman her age, is not the prime minister. He's got the wrong cabin. So that's the only bit of comedy with Zelensky himself. It was still a funny bit. The prime minister helps Zelensky turn the oligarchs against each other. And in the meantime, the IMF from Brussels is there. They want to give a loan to Ukraine. And Zelensky's guys have got to stall, which they do so with vodka-soaked parties left and right. And I guess that was another humorous part. Oh, by the way, did I say spoilers? You guys aren't going to watch this anyway, so don't worry about it. It's 4 out of 5 stars. Actually, they say 4.5 out of 5 stars. But so in the end, Zelensky gets what he wants. He talks to the IMF guy, and they say, well, if Ukraine wants these loans, not only do you have to not be corrupt, this and that, but we want to store nuclear waste at Chernobyl, and we want to do this, and we want to do that, and turn you into this. And Zelensky ends up telling them to go fuck themselves. We are Ukraine. We are going to try to build ourselves into a great country. And he gives a big inspirational speech, which I suppose was the hallmark of the first season, which I haven't seen yet. I don't think it's available to us in America here yet. This is all on Netflix. But it was a funny enough and inspirational enough speech in the back, and you got to feel bad for the Ukrainians because they knew how corrupt their country was. I think at this time they were amongst the most corrupt countries on the planet. They've since done a lot to clean that up since Putin has invaded. And if you want to see a corrupt country, let's look at the Russians. If you remember every Polish joke that they used to tell, you can almost put every single one of them on the Russians. Just add vodka and a little bit more corruption. And the Polish people are coming up to be like the smartest people in Europe. And they're actually building a good military. It's shocking. World turned upside down. Alright. Is that first panel done? Moving right along. Are we done with Zelensky here? I guess so. Speaking on the topic still, this is the new Indian tank, the Zora War. It's a light tank designed for high altitude combat. 25 tons is considered a light tank, but the American Abrams, I think, is 65 tons. So yeah, all right. They developed this quickly in 2 years. And what I thought was really cool is look at these huge things blocking the tracks, and I'm told that's armor. And the biggest problem with tanks is you can take, like an RPG can just knock out the tank tread, and the thing is stuck there, and you disable the tank. And so I think if that's armor on that side, that's brilliant. It won't defeat any sabot rounds. Any tank round will still go through it, but certainly will do something about an RPG. You put some explosive reactionary armor on the side, and hey, maybe you got something there. So, well, that's a great idea. I'm asking, what the fuck's going on here? Not only does the glacis plate look very thin and very easy to penetrate, but then you got your tracks exposed up in front here, where any RPG could just hit it. And what's even worse, you can't really see it, but right here is the gas fill. So it's an intentionally weak spot in the armor. Which happens to be right in the front, right where that thin glacis plate is. And I'm assuming what they thought when they designed this tank is that it will be hauled down most of the time. They'll dig these revents for the tank to sit in, and it'll be hauled down most of the time, so it can't be hit there. That's probably why it's so weak in the front. The British Challenger tank has a weak glacis plate, but they have recently put a thicker piece of armor on there. But they were originally designed to fight hull down like that. That's what I'm guessing the Indians are thinking. The cool thing the Indians have here is the gun, which is only 105 Belgian. It's a Belgian-made 105 millimeter turret. They'll fire most NATO standard rounds, which is a good idea. They could have done the 120 millimeter, but that would have been more expensive. It's a good economical gun. It'll do what they want it to do, and it traverses like -10 and up to 45 degrees up. So that's great for mountain combat. You can, which is what they're planning on using it for. So they've done a good thing with the gun. I have no fucking idea what this box is on the side. It's been suggested that they're putting drones in there or something, but there's just so much crap. This is a machine gun that's auto turret fired. These are the periscopes. So these all look very bullet resistant. They got all this shit on top of the tank that you just feel is going to be sheared off by a tree branch. But congratulations, India. After all the shit you've gone through with the crappy Russian tanks that have not been able to operate in the highlands where you need them against China, it's good that in 2 years, you've come up with this thing, which is on its surface better than any Russian piece of crap that you were buying in the past. And I recommend in the near future you buy tanks from Poland. It looks like they have a deal with the Koreans. They're going to be making some great tanks. Well, do we leave Zelensky on the table? No, we don't have much. Let's get back to work. Now we got Bo up here celebrating. Let's center that camera. I'm gonna put my hand in front of the try to get the focus in better. Well, let's get back to work here. Now we got to have Bo absolutely celebrating, and I'm going to have his hands pierce the panel. Getting rid of the cat. This is the most joyous moment of his life. This arm is actually going in front of his ear. So let's do the arm first. And then the ear is back there somewhere. And thumb. And we'll do what's the Broadway choreographer who he did all that jazz? It's like you have to have jazz hands. It's splayed open, just show energy, show all your power. Oh, he's got jazz hands. And that will fit pretty well in the border. That Bo's got a square jaw. He's a very handsome man. And this arm sort of disappears behind his head. Shirt. We did the Bo shirt. Just has a simple. I can't wait till the winter comes again. I can put him back into button-down shirts. And I try to change the wardrobe for the seasons. Well, we appear to still be recording on the QuickTime. I've become so gun shy with this recording system. I eventually plan on getting a camcorder and just record to a SIM disc and then send that over to QuickTime to edit. Well, no, I don't do any editing. Editing would require, buying and learning editing software, and I just want to draw a comic strip. I don't want to edit a YouTube channel. Alright, let's put that pencil aside and get another one. Notice that my black wings are getting progressively smaller and smaller. Haven't been to the art supply store. Alright, Felicia's tilted back a little bit of shock. People jump up in the air in celebration in front of her face she wasn't expecting. There goes the tip. I think when I was but a young child, I made the announcement to my family that I was running away from home and got this similar response. Hooray. My sister Lisa, let me help you pack. Let's get back on Disney. What the hell? My other sister is actually a Disney adult. She doesn't have any children, but she's moved to Florida with her husband and dog and double income to be closer to Disney World. And even they are not satisfied with the product that Disney's put out. And it's not a matter of financial things. I think Disney could probably charge whatever they wanted. You just have to maintain the parks. You have to put out a good product. Yeah, I'm told that this new lightning lane system, which you got to pay through the nose for, oftentimes will just screw you over with no ride. Oh, I'm sorry, Tiana's Bayou Adventure is broken down again. Would you like to go to the teacup ride? We just paid this much for that. Yeah, it's okay. We could give you a full refund, or you can go to another ride. Boy, are they in trouble when Universal opens. They're not planning on fixing this park beforehand. A majority of their operating money comes from this park. They're leeching off the bones of the park. Eventually, it's not going to be good for you guys. So while we here at Fido the Comic Strip never give investment advice, I would say buy Disney when it reaches $40, maybe $35, down from its current, $95? And also down from its high of, $250? Alright, let's see, anything else we're missing on the stack of stuff? No, not really. News has passed us by on a lot of this stuff. One of the jokes was, Biden resigns. Does he know about it? But he's finally made an appearance. But I still don't think it really matters. No minds were changed with the change of presidential candidates. And nothing's been done to stop voter fraud. So we'll have another contested election. Just more of the same. Well, that didn't sound good. It's hearing strange noises coming from the kitchen. And I'm the only one here. I think it's the refrigerator, but I don't know. I guess it's good that I'm not doing this in the middle of the night like I usually do. When I record in the middle of the night and then we have recording problems, I get very tired and upset. I've got all day to worry about getting this thing uploaded on the internet. Alright, let's see. If Bo was carrying it, yes, his thumbs would be in. And this is Felicia's arm is being restricted by the carrier. You got to think some of this stuff through. Alright, now So for years, I think I'm the only person out there who's been trying to warn the world about Toxoplasma gondii. Let's have a discussion of what Toxoplasma gondii is. It's a brain parasite found in cat poop. It's been known to cause several diseases and mental disorders in human beings, including schizophrenia. So anyone who owns a cat, if you wonder why they're just a little off, why they're just a little crazy, it's the cat poop. It's not their fault. We really should not allow this creature, this cat, into our household. It's a dangerous parasite. And I'm hoping that perhaps I'll be the hero who tells the world about this dangerous animal and convinces people to free themselves. Oh, here's the problem. There's no cure yet for this brain parasite. So once you have it, you're screwed. But if I can help one person, it makes me happy. And why are we here? To make me happy. Don't own a cat. And if you do, well, oops, I hit the camera. If you do own a cat, well, leave the rest of us alone, all right? We don't need any more of your crazy. It should be a termination for public office and even for disability. Do you own a cat? No, I'm sorry, you can't be elected. Here, take this check. $1,200 a month. Oh, and get rid of the animal so you don't spread it around to anyone else. So look it up, Toxoplasma gondii. I won't write it down because anything I write down generally becomes the title, and I can't legitimately really call this Toxoplasma gondii. I'd like the title to be something like Russians are drunken, corrupt Polacks, but I don't think I could get away with that one. But it was really inspirational to hear that the Ukrainians want their country to be great. They want to step away from all this corruption. That's one of the inheritances they've gotten from the Soviet Union, and join the rest of the world. It was heartening. Make Ukraine great again. Well, not quite sure if it ever was great, but hey, what the hell? Reach for the skies. Reach for the stars. You can only fall amongst the clouds. Something like that. But it appears as if this invasion has will probably have some pretty good effects on Ukraine, win or lose. Maybe they'll well, just about all of their oligarchs have been bombed out of existence by the Russians. All of their properties. There's particularly one guy, I think 75% of all of his holdings have been either captured or destroyed by the Russian invasion. And their anti-oligarch rules now, they they can't do so many things that they used to do. So it'd be nice if if Ukraine is able to stop this Soviet corruption. It still seems to permeate Eastern Europe. Or at least bring it down to a normal level. I think 20% is the acceptable amount. I'm from Massachusetts, so I've long since stopped caring about government corruption. We used to be amongst the most corrupt states in the Union. As a kid, I can remember it was who you knew. If you knew the guy at the service station and your door opened wide enough for him to scrape off the old inspection sticker, you'd get a new one. A lot of that stuff has changed. I would say it must be the internet, but as time has gone by, things have become less and less corrupt simply because it's more and more difficult to get away with anything. Mankind will always be corruption, sure. Look at our presidential elections. We're still not going to do anything about that. But things are getting better. Hopefully things will be getting better in Ukraine. Hopefully things will be getting better in the United States. Every day is better than the day before, as I've always said here. That's the official opinion of Fido the comic strip. And I'm hoping that's probably going to be the title for this. I got it. The title for this. Things will get better. Yeah. I was gonna write things are going to. Urban Camera 1. I was gonna write things are going to get better, but I think things will get better is probably a better idea. The title for today's Fido Live stream number 106. Things will get better. Perhaps. Don't quote me on Disney getting better. And stop hitting the camera. Thank you for joining us for Fido Live number 107. Please join us again next week. And I'll waste another half hour of your time. Actually, we're almost 40 minutes on this one, aren't we? Goodbye.